Oh, I've seen what I've done. Join stream. That was the last time I streamed for drawing. Jesus, it's been a long time. Hello. Hey. Hey. Could I do? Hello. Just from those searches, I'll say you improve. Oh, thank you. I've been practicing a lot with you know, I can't find the word. Side profiles. Oh, thank you. I'm really proud of them. So that's not working. Okay, so let me just cancel that. Yes. Oh, just remember to practice. I mean, I used to not draw like this. I started out horribly. Everyone starts out bad. Ah, that made my whole thing black. Ah, incredibly black. Yes. Let me just get rid of that. I have to get the chat on my phone then. I just realised something. That drawing is the wrong way round. Is it? Yeah, it is, because woman's hair goes the other way. I mean, I was experimenting with which way it'll go. Get used to that way. Since that's the way woman's hair goes, it goes to that side. I've been practicing. Some anxiety for you all. Yeah, I've been practicing. We have these two drawings. We have loads of side profiles, to be honest. These two are my favourite. Mostly that was my favourite, to be honest. That was practicing with emotion and opening the mouth. That was practicing with different mouth expressions and stuff. And then we have the reference I was using. What's this? Some random drawing because I got bored. Yeah, I'm like that. I draw girls a lot, so I'm way better at drawing girls. Since if you look at the faces of these, they're pretty feminine because I've been using a female reference, so they look pretty feminine. My feet are so cold. Yeah. I had a bit of trouble with his hair because of it. Yeah. So I tried to give him more defined jawline. So yeah, always room for improvement. And that's not really sure what I should draw now. No tips at all because I draw more girls. Like I just said, those are way too feminine to be boys. They have more feminine looks than what they should have. Because I draw girls a lot. I find it easier to draw girls since I'm a girl, so I can use myself as a reference. So I find it harder to draw boys. It just use reference photos and keep trying. Because you know the male and female body structure is quite different. Because sometimes when I draw male characters, they end up looking like females, and it doesn't help when I have like a cross-dressing character who then just looks like an actual female, and it's like they're not supposed to be female. Yeah, he does, but I give the sides their own face shapes. Like, let me just see what I can do. I need to get a bigger pen. There you go. Like, I give Roman a more defined face. Heck, I'm having trouble drawing now. I give Roman a more defined face structure. I give Virgil a more heck. Oh, what's going on? Can I just skip the line? I'm not gonna be that good because I'm just showing. Like, I suddenly can't draw. Oh, I know what's happening. Don't worry. I just need a. So I try not to use same face symmetry. So Roman has a more defined. If I can still draw it because it's been so long. Just like how I give him different hairstyles, I give him different faces. Like Roman has the more defined face. Yeah, I know. It's just I always draw big eyes over all my characters, which didn't help. But yeah, Yeah, Rowan has the more defined face. Oh, that's a horrible circle. Virgil has a more feminine face. If I can even draw that still, because like I said, it's been so long. That's not how you draw eyes. I gave him way too big ears there, and they're in the wrong place. Yeah, Virgil has more feminine face, like a more slimmer, chubbier kind of face, which is quite cute. Yeah, it is. I find it very hard to draw Rowan's hair from a certain angle and a certain side. I cannot draw it from the side that it falls on because I don't have anyone to show me that hairstyle. I have someone who has the close hairstyle to it, but not exactly. So yeah. I love drawing Deceit, I'm not gonna lie. I love drawing Deceit. I just love his scales. Pattern, I usually draw him like a more chubbier face. Like I said, I'm having trouble drawing. I give him more curly hair as well. And you have to give him freckles because it's a pattern. Sometimes I draw Virgil with freckles and that's just adorable, to be honest, because like not many people, most people just put patterns, so sometimes I give pattern or sometimes I give Virgil freckles. But yeah, he has a more chubbier face. And Logan, who I've not drawn in like actual ages because it's been so long, he has a long face because he kind of looks like that teacher that you never want to cross. And I've not really decided what I do with his hair yet. I think I push it back, but I have trouble pushing it back because hair is so hard. I do not watch Voltron at all. I thought about it, but then I got warned not to, as I would cry. Plus, I don't really have time with exams. Like, I only barely have time to do this. Yep, can't draw hair that well still. Still trying though. Yeah, I give him more push back hair. One time I gave him a quiff, like Phil. That was interesting. Yeah, I think it looked cool. I'm just trying to do that. He looks weird. Yeah, his hair's hard as straw. So yeah, I need practice with him. I don't know. Just keep practicing and you'll be able to draw however you like. Do you watch anime? No, I do not. So yeah. Each side has their own face, and then Thomas just has his face, which is kind of more like Roman's, but like more angled in a way. Yeah, he has a kind of defined face. Yeah. I think I'm going to try and draw on deceit because I like drawing deceit. Who else likes drawing Virgil with fangs? Because I'm thinking of drawing deceit with little fangs too as well. I can't be drawing the other eye, so he's just gonna have a hat. His hat cover it. Yeah, I don't like that. And I can't erase it all. I don't have a favourite sun side. I like them all equally. Now and then I go through stages of like enjoying one more. Yeah, I don't have a favourite because I just like them all. I have big trouble drawing big. I can't speak. I have big trouble drawing animals. I cannot do it. I used to be able to draw horses, but those are like cartoon horses, and yeah, I don't draw them anymore. Yeah, I think it was something like this I used to do. Let's see if I can still draw. That's nothing. Oh, this looks more like a dog. Series of animals are not that good. I mean, I used to be able to draw dogs. I don't know what I'm drawing. I thought I was drawing a horse, but now it looks like a weird dog. I don't know. It has a way too long of a neck to be. Yeah, I don't know what I'm drawing there. I've drawn something. Yeah, animals are not my strong point. Yeah, I used to be able to draw horses. I think like Yeah, I can't anymore. I love sassy deceit. Oh, I just love deceit. My friend wants to cosplay lawyer deceit, and I'm trying to like make a kind of like a Virgil hoodie, but like not exactly. And I'm struggling with that because I don't know how. I loved how he had a bow tie as well. Like, he's gotta stay classy. I hate people who hate on Deceit because like you don't know much about him. You can't really hate him. Yeah, people who hate Deceit, I don't trust them. It's like, how can you? Like, just because Virgil doesn't like him, that's no excuse, because like we don't know what went between him and Virgil. For all we know, Virgil could be in the wrong. Yeah, he did have some good points. Like, I remember I was trying to tell someone how Deceit had good points. He was just trying to do his job. It's not his fault he's a liar. He was just doing his job. And yes, he pushed Logan to the back, but that's because Deceit is afraid of Logan. Logan is the one that can, like, can defeat him in a way. But then again, if maybe he spoke to Logan, Logan could have helped his case because he would have had some good points and he was in the right. So yeah, I don't like people who don't trust him. It's just like you can't. You don't know. Yeah, but then again, Logan in the end had like said some stuff. I need to watch it again. He does seem a bit mean, but is he mean? I mean, they gave him the title of a dark side. They're basically being mean to him because he's a liar, yet he's deceit. That's what he's meant to do. They're basically doing, including Virgil, they're basically doing what they did to Virgil, but to Deceit. Only difference is that Roman is the only one that accepted instead of Pattern. Because before they accepted Anxiety, they were all mean to Virgil because like what he was doing, yet he was only doing his job, and only Patton seemed to like him. And it seems just a similar situation, but that only Roman likes him. But Roman only likes him because Deceit is saying mean things, to Roman, but because he's lying, it sounds nice. But then again, maybe he just knows that if he said true things to Roman, like if he said to Roman that he hates you, meaning that he loved him, he knew Roman would hate him. So maybe lying to Roman, like how he is just so that he can have some sort of acceptance from someone. Because Patton doesn't like him, Logan doesn't like him, Thomas doesn't like him, and Anxiety doesn't like him. So like, basically they're just doing what they did to Virgil. And he's just so instead of Virgil, who was like, I'm not the villain, he sort of accepted his role of being the villain, just because if you're going to treat me like a villain, then I'm going to be the villain, and I'm going to prove you that you were all wrong. That's what I see it as. How did you first get into drawing? Did you always love it? Always loved it? I can't read. Or did you start later? Sorry, I'm asking quite too many questions. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Trust me, it's fine. I did like drawing when I was young, but I didn't really get into it until year 7, which would be, which would be like 5 years ago, maybe even like about. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to work out how old I am. Let's do some maths. Oh, what's happened here? What have I done? Hold on. There we go. I didn't get into drawing until I was like 10, 11-year-old, like that age. Anxiety, do you ship time? Yes, Anxiety. I do ship Anxiety. It's my favorite ship, to be honest. And with the recent videos having more Logrints and more Anxiety and other things, Anxiety, with more of them, Anxiety's kind of being pushed away. But I full on ship Anxiety. I don't mind the other ships, like I support them, but Anxiety's my favourite. But I do not really like Moxie because I see Virgil and Patton as more of a father-son relationship than romantic. So yeah, tips on drawing hands, please. I have none. If I had any, my hands would not look like that. That's just the baseline. Okay, let me see. So you draw like a weird pentagon. That's the thumb. These are where the fingers are gonna go. I usually just draw. I'm a very bad teacher, okay? I don't know how to teach drawing stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. Just use references and just keep practicing. Look at tutorials online. Instagram has loads of drawing tips. If you just go on, if you just search hashtag. Search that on Instagram and loads will come up. I think it's hard to accept him because Pat is opposed to lying. I agree with your point, but from the 2 prominent times we've seen him, the first one he just seems really bad. In a villain way, not bad character. Yeah, I suppose, but then again, in the first one, he wanted Thomas to lie because maybe he was feeling like he's an outcast and like, he needs to be accepted. He needs Thomas to see him, he needs Thomas to lie, so Thomas knows he's there. It just seems like they have pushed him away and that there's something going on between him and Virgil. Because we don't have all the facts, we can't make anything. I like him more now, but I'm still ready with his plans. Yeah. So am I. But like, I don't know, he's an interesting character because you get a sense of he has his morals. He doesn't have morals because that's Patton. He has this. He's just a mysterious character. He's just good. My phone's about to die. Oh no. Poor phone. Hello, Stardust Art. Yeah, that's a coffin. There we go. Run, get a charger. Yeah, we just don't know. Because there's something between him and Virgil, but, you know, Virgil used to be a dark side from what we figured out. And he seems to have friends, which makes Virgil scared. Oh, bye. Bye, Vinny Scribbles. I am terrible at names. I apologize. Hello, the freckled wonder. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Maybe, like, because he was given the role, he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna be the villain, and you're gonna see that you're in the wrong and that you've caused this. Cause I actually been doing it. I've been actually I've actually been writing an AU kind of thing based on my Wolfen Sheep's clothing video. It's different to the video, like it's a bit different. It has the same elements, and yeah, I've been like kind of writing like my own AU to do. Each part of like the AU is based on a Set It Off song, which is kind of cool to me. As yeah, and in that AU, it's like you made me the villain, you left me, you made me ruin what I was. So like, you know what? You're gonna be. You made me. You said I was a villain. I'm gonna be a villain. But you know Thomas's video, Friends on the Other Side. A lot of people have done fan art and animatics of it, but they always put the person who's saying all the stuff. They always put it as Deceit saying it's Virgil or Deceit saying it's the sides. I see it more as someone talking to Deceit. Like maybe I've been thinking of doing an animatic out of it, and like it's kind of like a side, a dark side, and Deceit goes to them for help, and he went, okay, I'll help you, but it comes at a price, and the price was that, you know, he made Deceit part snake. He made him it unable to know if he was saying the truth or a lie. So yeah, I've been just thinking of stuff. I think I have to go. Bye. Also, what do you love? Do what you love and don't let people change that. Bye. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I understand that. I think like they kind of bring in a dark side for a villain, and then for like, and then they turn them into the light side, and then they bring in a new one, which is why I suppose why not make Roman the villain? Like he won't know he's been the villain, and he will think he's just doing what's right. But his creative ideas and his pride and the criticism that Logan's given him, the way he feels insecure. What if like that just gets to him and then he turns out he's doing bad things but doesn't realise it? Like he's pushing Logan away, he's not listening to Pattern, he's giving Thomas these ridiculous ideas and he's making Virgil more anxious with him, and that would be a great storyline. Because with Virgil left and they went to go and have to get him and explain that, and they went to go and get him. I don't want them to be like, Logan is getting upset, so I don't want him to be like, Logan will get pushed away and then they'll finally realise they need him. I don't want it to be like that with Logan because that's what they did with Virgil, and I don't want it to be like that with Roman either, because with Pattern, they went to his room and then they realised, they realised stuff. But that's what they did with Virgil as well. So it'd be cool if, like, I don't know, if they just did something different, Logan, and maybe they made like Roman the villain. That would be a good idea. Exactly. He's keep pushing Logan away because of his pride and fantasies. He's like not realizing he needs Logan to tell him if they can do it, if they're able to do it, if not, they need him to apply the logic to his ideas. He needs to understand if his ideas are too big and that Logan's not there to contain them. Virgil will be getting anxious and the video quality will get worse and worse. And if he's not listening to Pattern, then his morals are gone. And then Thomas is going to be a mess. So yeah. It'll be like Pride Roman, but like not as extreme. I don't really know much about Pride Roman, to be honest. I just know he's a villain. Yeah. Like he'll be more demanding and he will just get more insecure that it's not good enough, and he'll be like making these irrational decisions, and he'll get to a point where he will push Logan so far that Logan won't be there to help him. He'll get to a point where his ideas get so big that he makes Virgil anxious that Virgil won't be there to help him. And if he also stops listening to Pattern, his morals are gone, and then Pattern won't be there to help him. You speak faster than I write. I know, I'm so sorry. I've been told I need to like not speak as fast, but I do. Like I had to speak an exam in a group, and they all had to tell me, calm down, because I was talking too fast. That's a hand. That's a squiggle. Yeah, I think if he stops listening to Pattern, Pattern would probably go to Thomas for help. But then Thomas would be over anxious like Virgil. He would be stressed and he would be overworked. So maybe Virgil could like get so anxious that he would have to step in, or maybe like Patton sees what he's doing and he steps in. That's the kind of hand. I'm so proud of myself being able to draw side profiles way better. This morning I was drawing them how I used to, and I just got a reference like practice for like an hour, maybe 2. No, I'm way better. Yeah, I think like in the Dark Side of Disney, that was it showed that Virgil gets him in like some way, and they can both get along, even though they contrast each other. I think that would be a good way. I think he would be good to like step in because Virgil's basically his opposite, so like Virgil could like step in and like show him what he's doing, what he's causing, how anxious he is, how Thomas is working, how Logan is, all because like he's getting out of hand and too insecure, and how he needs someone to help him, because in a previous video Virgil was the one to say, "We don't hate you, no one hates you." Virgil was the one to say that to Roman, which meant a lot because Roman thought Virgil hated him because he hated Virgil. So like Virgil saying that meant a lot. And like he always casts his Patton aside because he thinks he's silly. So like, what if he does that to Patton? Then Virgil is gonna have to step in because Virgil will be the only one he'll listen to. I mean, I might just be too into anxiety or something, but like, I think that's good. You were fast again, Martinez. I'm so sorry. Yeah, yeah, that's what I like, cause like he was the one who like immediately put the label villain on Virgil, so it'd be interesting to see Virgil have to tell him, "You're the villain." It would definitely hurt Roman, cause like he's insecure. You can tell he's insecure. Actually, I went through a big stage of being insecure, and I looked back at the video of Roman, and if anything happens like what happened with me to Roman, I can't handle that. I won't be able to handle that because yeah, I went through a stage. I was like what Roman's going through, but mine was more extreme, and I feel like Roman could go down that path, and I don't want him to, but he could. And then again, if he finds out what he's causing, that he's the villain, he's going to be even more insecure. Then there'll just be any more reason for the others to step in and help him. And then maybe then he will stop pushing Logan to the side. And then Logan can feel accepted as well, because they'll be listening to his logic along with Roman's ideas, and not just Roman's ideas. And then with Patton, he could show them about self-care, and he could show them about their emotions. And then they will stop seeing him as silly. Maybe then through that, Patton and Logan could Patton could show Logan that he has feelings and that it's okay. Yeah. Yeah, I went to that too. I feel like they might come at the same time. Like, they might cross each other because they argue a lot. Because they both think they're the better side when they both are part of Thomas. Hello, Parsley, Stamina. I hope I said that right. How long have I been streaming for? 49 minutes. I need to get revising soon, so I might have to go. Exactly. But yeah, I think the idea of making Roman a villain is there. It's just up to Thomas if he will use it or not. And if he can see he can use it. Because if he does know he can make Roman the villain, I really hope he does, because that would be interesting. And plus, it would break the chain of Darkseid's being the villain, then being accepted, and then new Darkseid. It would be interesting if, like, Roman being the villain turned into a Darkseid gradually, and that's why Virgil steps in, because you can see that he's getting turned without knowing it. Maybe Deceit tries and turns Roman to a Darkseid because he wants a friend. Yeah, maybe like Logan would think, if you don't, okay then, I'll just step aside, because if you don't need me, then I'll leave, and then you'll see how much you need me. You'll probably be like that. This is kind of what Virgil was like. Also, I did the glasses very wrong. They're not supposed to curve around a face like this. They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to just go like that. Or just a line, to be honest. That's wrong. So yeah, I think the series can go many different ways. It's just up to Thomas which one he wants. Yeah, because all we know, the sea could just be lonely, and that when Virgil went to Lakeside, maybe they had an argument because he didn't want him to leave, and it just turned horrible. So that's why they started hating each other. Really, Deceit just wants a friend, because he's like trying to make Roman think they're friends with his lies. He could turn the Roman and then become friends. Because, like I said, maybe when he's saying he loves Roman, he's not lying. He just has to. He just has to say it like that. Because, like, to the other side, he's saying I hate you, but to Roman he's saying I love you. But maybe he has to say it like that because otherwise Roman would hate him. Because Roman would not understand that when he says he hates him, he means I love you. If that makes sense. I think what you guys are talking about. Sorry, I'm new here. We're just talking about Deceit mostly and like Sandicides really. Like we're talking about what could happen, what's like maybe we're just discussing like theories actually. Yeah, acting like Sandicide on a thin line. Because like, yeah. So when Deceit says I love you to Roman and the others hear I hate you, he actually means it. He just has to say it that way because Roman will not understand that I hate you is I love you. But yeah, we're just theorizing because, you know, my side doodle, Logan, and Anxiety, I forgot that was on there. I really like this drawing. I need to just make Virgil's eyes more prominent. I'll go. Yeah, that's why I made them more prominent because I couldn't notice it from far away. So I just had to like just make sure you could see it. He's basically in surprise at the kiss. Yeah, I have to get revising for my exams soon, so I might have to go. I might be back later, depends. I usually do like 40 minutes of revising, and then I take a break. So, yeah. Oh, I have to go and revise since I have exams. I could just turn on my camera and just sit here with the camera on, continue to talk whilst I revise, but it would be quite boring, to be honest.